As citizens and professionals, I believe we have a responsibility individually and collectively to be part of the solution against climate change. It's not somebody else's problem. Major change starts at home in terms of what you buy, how much of it, how you dispose of it, recycling, what car you drive, etc. And this drives consumer demand. That drives change in behaviour of larger corporates, investors, banks, in terms of their influence on the whole value and supply chain.
The world is indeed facing challenges, such as, of course, the climate transition. So we want to take initiatives, if you wish, to show ways to do things and not just wait. We are not just in a reactive mood. We want to be an active player and try to show initiatives which will create more stimulation for other players to act.
Collectively, as banks, we have a role to play in the energy transition. You hear about the Green Deal in Europe. The recovery will be based on certain investments, and we need to accompany these flows. We need to make sure that we are going to finance the energy of the future, and the energy transition has to be fair, has to be affordable for people, has to make sense in economic terms, otherwise it won't work. So I think that, yeah, there is a big chapter of energy transition, and so we would like to help our clients and to be their reference in the energy transition.
When we talk about sustainable development, sustainable growth, you need sustainable finance to help corporates to implement new projects, to innovate. Societe Generale has a long history of innovation, being a pioneer. We like to be pioneers. We have been investing in renewable finance, in innovative projects for many years. It's not just now that we are starting. I think what we can do at the banking level is to create coalition. And it's even better if we can create the cluster of clients who will work together in a given direction. It's true, for example, with the shipping industry, where we've been a leading player in this creation of the Poseidon Principles.
The Poseidon Principles, they're a commitment by signatory banks to face the clear issue that we all face in shipping, which is the urgent need to decarbonise this sector. And if nothing is done, by 2050, shipping will account for 15% of the global emissions. So it needs urgent action. The banks have a fabulous role to play in this by shaping behaviour. They're going to bring climate alignment into the credit decisions of banks and make them central to what ships we finance. So what we're going to see is greater liquidity being available for financing vessels which are completely aligned with the IMO's targets to reduce carbon emissions. So it's going to shape behavioural change, and it's going to shape the strategy and policies of banks as well.
Our corporate clients have the power to change the world. A bank has a unique position to finance corporations in their positive impact objectives, and also to channel investors' flows towards these corporations that are delivering positive impacts. Every day, if not changing the world, we try to put meaning back at the core of financing and investing.
There's a lot of investments which are needed. And a lot of these investments are actually in emerging markets. I have the deep conviction that we need to ensure a local and sustainable economic development in Africa. So this is also a priority which is core for us and very much aligned with the idea of a sustainable development for the whole world, not just the developed countries, but also the emerging ones.
Africa is very important for Societe Generale. You know, we are in a big number of countries over there, and we have our retail branches. We can lend with local currency. And the bank has an ambitious plan called Grow with Africa. And it's about financial inclusion, helping SMEs, and also about being creative to finance agriculture and renewable energy. And on top of that, we work on very important infrastructure projects. Very recently, we financed a hospital in Benin. It's a huge one, more than 400 beds with all the facilities. We have financed as well in Côte d'Ivoire several important projects. One is about transforming water from a river to have drinkable water around Abidjan. And we have financed as well in another transaction 40 units of drinkable water in 17 regions. We've been pioneers in positive impact finance. We worked on the concept and now we are partnered with UNEP EPFI. And also we have joined several alliances like the Hydrogen Council, for example. So the principle is that we are going to work hand in hand with different stakeholders from the industry, from the multilaterals, from different angles, so that together we can come up with solutions. That's all about co-creation. And that's the way to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals.
We will succeed in this complex transition if, to a certain extent, everybody can contribute. Everybody feels part of this journey. And I think there's a strong willingness to participate. Everybody is willing to act at its level, at his level, her level, to do something in line with these objectives.